y'all, and welcome to today's video. I'm coming to you bare face, skincare only, because I have a lot of new makeup. Some of these things I just got in the mail today. Some of these things I've been trying for the past week. I just want to get ready with y'all, test some new products. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I literally just got this in the mail. The Jaclyn Cosmetics Perfecting Concealer. I have some new Super Shock blushes from ColourPop. And I have the e.l.f. products that I tried on camera. Was that like 10 days, 2 weeks ago, something like that. We're going to play with these e.l.f. products again. We are going to do a second look with the McGRATH Bridgerton eyeshadow palette. I'm excited. I did a video, one look with this palette, so I want to do another one for y'all. Yeah, we're going to play with e.l.f., Charlotte Tilbury, Jaclyn, ColourPop, just a little bit of everything. But I have to say, I got a new texture spray, and I tried it, and oh my gosh, I'm so in love with how like voluminous and texturized my hair is. I will link it down below for y'all if you're curious. But if you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, testing new products, we are here for it. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope that you will subscribe before you leave today, because I upload lots of new videos every single week. I'm also knocking over products, but I usually upload at least 5 videos a week, sometimes 6, sometimes 7 videos a week. So if you like to have fun makeup content in your subscription feed, this is the place to be. But I am ready to put some makeup on my face, so let's jump into it. Okay, let me kind of push my hair away from my face, and we are going to use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I did get a bunch of new products in from e.l.f. and I have a video testing them out if you want to see like my first impressions. But I've been using this primer just about daily since I got it. So I'm going to say over 2 weeks now, and I've been enjoying it. It's a very sticky. It reminds me very much of my Milk primer. What's that one called? Milk Hydro Grip, I think. It reminds me of that so much. So the way I like to apply this is to put it on, press it into my skin, and then like it says to wait 30 seconds for it to set before your makeup. And I have definitely been trying to do that. But let me tell y'all about this foundation. Okay. I have tried several different shades of the Airbrush foundation from Charlotte Tilbury, and I was never really able to find my perfect shade. I would describe myself as a warm olive undertone, and every time I tried a warm foundation from Charlotte Tilbury, I felt like it was straight up yellow, and every time I tried a neutral undertone foundation, it was just too neutral. Like I could never find that perfect foundation. Of course, I could make it work, but I just didn't feel like they really got me. You know, like when I think about foundations that have like my shades, I think about NARS. They get undertones so well. Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona. But this foundation came out. It had the claims of medium coverage, hydrating, beautiful, glowy, healthy, all of that. Now, I do have oily skin, so I know a lot of people with oily skin, they don't want glowy. I like glowy. I like to look glowy. I like to embrace my oily skin. I feel like as the day goes on and my oils come through, a lot of times with glowy products, it just looks great and healthy. So I'm into that. Let me tell y'all, I think this foundation is beautiful. I am not ready to completely review it yet. I think I've only been trying this. The first time I wore it was in my McGrath Bridgerton First Impressions video, and I thought it was beautiful, flawless, loved everything about it. And I've been trying it every day since. So what is that? Maybe 8 or 9 days that I've been using this foundation. Now look, this is not my shade. This is not my shade. Once again, I struggle with Charlotte Tilbury. I bought the shade 8 Neutral. It was described on the website as having an olive undertone, and I feel like it does, but it's too light for me. It's too light for me, but I'm going to make it work. I've been able to make it work with bronzer and concealer and things like that, but the longest I've worn this foundation is about 10 hours, and I feel like it wears well on me. It looks so pretty. I've worn it with this e.l.f. primer, and I've also worn it with my go-to Tatcha Silk Canvas. I have worn this to work, and while I wouldn't say this is a mask-proof foundation, I do think that it wore well. It wore really pretty. It's glowy. So here you can see it's kind of all here on my face. It's not up here. I think it looks pretty and glowy. It is medium coverage. I like a medium coverage. I think it looks really nice. Now I will say, I feel like I kind of apply a lot. Like I would say I apply a good 2 pumps, or maybe 1.5, or maybe 2. Maybe 2 pumps to my face. But I think it's really pretty. I really like the packaging. I just think it looks nice. I mean, you can be the judge throughout the video on what you think of it. I didn't want to do a dedicated video to this. One, I just really have a hard time finding time to do wear test the way my life is. It's hard for me to like get away to film multiple check-ins. So I wanted to kind of test it out more for y'all, and then come on, show you me apply it on camera, and then of course in a little while, as in another week or two, I will come back with a review in my monthly favorites and hate it's. I'm just going to build up a little coverage right here. Unfortunately, I do get mask breakouts, so I have a little bit more breakouts than I would like, but I'm just going to build it up. But yeah, I will come back in a few days, in a few weeks, and give you a full review. But so far, I'm really liking it. I just think this looks really beautiful on the skin. Of course, I'm oily, so I do set it with powder always. I have 0 cream products that I don't set with powder. So this is what it's looking like so far. Again, I feel like I could get a better shade. I think this is just a bit too light for me, but here's what my skin's looking like. I think it looks glowy, healthy, medium coverage. Okay, Jaclyn Cosmetics. I have some products from Jaclyn that I really like, and I don't watch reviews on products before I try things. I have seen a lot of people's thumbnails though. Actually, let me hold that back. The only review I've watched from this is my friend Angelica Nyqvist. So I have seen everybody's thumbnails not liking this unless they're completely clickbaiting me. I feel like people have not been liking this. This claims to be a full coverage concealer, and it claims to be matte. That makes me a little nervous. I do like some matte products. Like I love my NARS Soft Matte Foundation. But when it comes to concealers, I usually prefer medium to full with more of a natural finish. So I'm just going to put this on. I'm only going to put it on under one eye. I think I got a good shade. This is the shade Medium Golden. Perfecting Concealer Medium Golden. And I normally let my concealers set for about a minute or so before I blend them in. But since I know this is matte, I'm not going to let it set this long. I will say this foundation, I didn't mention earlier, I've applied it with a brush and a sponge. I like it both ways, brush or sponge. Either application method looks great. But let's see about this concealer. Oh, I should not have let it set that long. Okay, so it seems like it dries down a bit fast. Now, I'm not a baby with perfect under eyes, you know. I'm 34. I'm 34, so I don't want anything that's going to emphasize any lines or texture under my eyes. So I'm going to apply this under here, and I'm going to blend it in a little bit faster. For reference, I would say my favorite concealers are Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer. I love the NYX Born to Glow. I love my Pat McGrath concealer. Those are probably my go-tos. If it's like a full coverage heavy duty day, I will use some Tarte Shape Tape. I love the new Anastasia concealer. That one is so good. Okay, so let me see. I feel like it's not horrible, but it's not setting well in here. I feel like, I keep saying I feel like. Okay, what I'm noticing is with the concealers that I mentioned, my favorites, they kind of give me some smoothing under here. I feel like this one is settling a little bit into those creases, and I don't normally have an issue with concealer settling into my creases. So let me try to tap it out again. It's setting weird on my skin. It's normally like under my eyes, I want some coverage right here so that I look a little, I want it to be smoothing and kind of smooth this out so that I don't look tired in here, is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like this is just grabbing weird onto these lines. It's just like I'm trying to look close up at when I smile, and it's just emphasizing. It's even emphasizing texture out here. And listen, I get it. I have crow's feet, but I feel like this is making me look worse than I normally do. Is that making me look worse than I normally do? Okay, normally, let's really test this out, okay? So normally I'll put a little concealer down my nose, and I'll put a little right here, especially since I have a breakout that wants to be right in the center of my face. I'll put a little on my chin, a little here. Okay. So to give this a fair shot, let me blend this in. I'll come back and we will set everything with powder. Okay, it's not the easiest to blend. And I will say, I'm wearing a medium coverage foundation with the full coverage concealer. So I was trying to like tap my sponge to make sure it's not like full medium, you know, and it's just meshing oddly with my skin. It's just a little dry, which is weird. I have oily skin. Why is it? I don't know. I'm not loving the way my under eyes are looking. I am going to set my face with some powder. Again, I have oily skin. Listen, it doesn't matter if the concealer's matte. I've got to set my face with powder. Also, it's just settling into these little fine lines. So I'm going to keep tapping those lines out. I'm going to speed through setting my face. I'm going to use my NIKKIA Joy powder, and I'm going to use my DIOR powder no powder. Okay, so you saw I set my face with powder, I put my bronzer on, I went ahead and filled in my brows, and I did use the brow lift from e.l.f. I really like this. I really like this. I really like this brow product. Now that my eyes are set with powder, I feel like they don't look the best, but that's all I'm gonna say. I want to test this out again. I want to try it again but I don't think I look the best under here. I feel like especially right here, I look too dry, and I don't love that. I will, listen, I've used this NIKKIA Joy Powder with every concealer I own, I think, and it works amazing. So I don't want to say it's the powder, but I also like to review products, so I will come back after I have tried this more in a different video. My favorites and hate-its, I come every month and I tell you kind of what I think after testing things more. So be on the lookout for that. But I will say I'm not in love with the way my under eyes are looking right in here, but I'll keep testing it. I will keep trying it. Now I want to prime my eyes, and I want to use the Bridgerton palette. I did a video on this and I used a lot of these shades. You can check out that video if you're interested. But what I want to do is not use this beautiful blue shade. It's so pretty. It's really so pretty. But I did a look for work maybe last week, and I used this shade all over the lid, and it just gave it a whole different vibe that I didn't initially think about with this palette. So I think we'll try to avoid the blue, because the blue is the shade I want to play with. It's the exciting shade. But I want to see, like, let's kind of focus on these other shades, because this shade right here is really, really, really beautiful. So I'm going to prime my eyes, and we'll just play. We'll just do a second look with this palette. Okay, I have these new brushes from Game Beauty. I've been playing with these for a few days, but I wanted to use them on camera and use them again and kind of talk about my thoughts. I've used these, I've washed these, I'm ready to use them again, and I'm going to go in straight to this darker shade right here. It's kind of the deepest matte that we have, and I'm picking this up on this Game Beauty E01 brush. And I'm going to kind of stamp it into the socket. So here's my eye socket like this. I'm just going to stamp it on like this and then slightly blend. So you can see this definitely has a really pretty purpley undertone to it. And I'm just going to kind of lightly blend in. We're going to, of course, do the same thing on the other eye. I really like this palette. Like, I really enjoy it. It's 6 shades, so of course you don't have as many options as you do when you have a larger palette, because, I mean, there's only 6 shades. But I do feel like with the selection, you do have some variety, and you can create several different types of looks. The shimmer shades and like the special shade, I feel like are pretty unique. You could use them as a one and done shadow if you want to. Okay, next I'm going to take this brush. This is the E03 brush. I really like these purple handles, but I'm just going to lightly tap that into this shade that has the B imprint. It's a little more pink, and I'm just going to lightly buff and blend along the top of that darker color. Okay, now I'm going to grab this E02 from Game Beauty, and we're going to go right into this pretty shade. It's so beautiful. I love it. I am going to spray my brush to minimize any fallout. I've been using this makeup mist, this Stay All Day Micro Setting Mist from e.l.f. It's been nice. So I'm just spraying it just a little bit. My brush is not soaking wet or anything like that. It's just got a little bit of makeup mist on it. And I'm just going to buff this in. You can see this brush is not super fluffy, but it's not dense. It's definitely more fluffy than it is dense. I like that to apply shadows. You can see I'm not just applying it on the lid. I'm taking it up into the socket, but not above it, and buffing that shade in. Okay, after I have that shade on, I'm going to go back to that deepest shade that we had first, and I'm just going to kind of re-deepen things up and to blend a little bit, because I want that sparkle to come up higher in a soft way. So I'm blending back and forth over, even with some of that shimmer shade, to kind of just bring it up higher. I want my look to be kind of ethereal so that we have that shimmer. You can see it's up there, and I'm into that. I want it to look soft and effortless and, you know, all that. Okay, now I'm going to take this E04 and I'm going to go back into this shade, and all I'm going to do is smudge this onto the lower lash line, just like this. And then I'm going to put on some eyeliner. I'm going to put on some lashes probably, because I feel like this look would look beautiful with just mascara, but I feel like it will look crazy beautiful with a little bit of lash. Oh, we gotta highlight the inner corner. What am I talking about? Slow your roll, Heather. I love this. I have used this brush so much since I got it. Look how tiny it is. You know what this is perfect for? Smudging out eyeliner, but it's also good for inner corner. If you are somebody who likes small brushes, I like brushes of all kinds, but I'm always happy when I have small detail brushes because I just feel like they're kind of harder to come by. You will like this. This is the E05 from Game Beauty. It is perfect for liner. It is perfect for detail. And look, it's going to be perfect for this inner corner. I'm just taking that lightest shade, this one right here. We're going to pop it on the inner corner. I'm going to wipe away any fallout. I will be right back. Okay, lashes are on. I used the lashes that I got from Beauty Bay. I showed these in a video earlier this week. I like these. I like this eye look. I am feeling it. I am ready to put some blush on though. I got these 3 blushes from ColourPop. I forget what collection these were, like maybe the Rose collection. I don't know, but I got all 3 of these. I ordered from ColourPop. So for this look, I'm thinking maybe this one over here. So let's just look at them. This is Super Shock Cheek Pearlized at First Blush. So that's this one. I don't think I'm going to grab this one for the look. I love Super Shock Cheek formulas so much. So did I get the lid on that? See, you want to get the lid on these. You want to make sure it's on there good so they don't dry out. And then this one is the darker one, and this is called, okay, this is also pearlized and it's in Sounds Great. That one actually might be really cute, but I want to use this one instead. This is also pearlized and it's in the shade No Way. So we're going to use this one. Okay, I'm going to use this brush from Sigma. This is the F15. I really like this duo fiber for the Super Shock, and I kind of like press it in there, get it good on my brush. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like a pearlized blush. Ooh, that's so pretty. Ooh, these just came in the mail today. Y'all know ColourPop shipping is like, you just got to be prepared to wait. Unless you're going to pay for expedited shipping, you got to be prepared to wait. So I've been waiting on these, and they finally came today. And oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Do you see that sheen? Do you see it? I love it. We're actually going to skip highlighter. I was going to use my Bridgerton highlighter, but to be honest, I've been using my Bridgerton blush and highlight every day. So I don't want to put on a highlight with this because it's so pretty on its own. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Right, meow. That is so pretty, and I'm going heavy on the blush. I don't care. I can tone it down in a minute. I think this is looking so pretty. Actually, I do need a nose highlight though, so I am gonna grab that Bridgerton, just not for the cheeks. Bam, bam, bam. I feel like I kind of covered my bronzer, so let me kind of fluff this back in. There we go. All right, where's my Bridgerton? What I do with it? Okay, the shade 002. 02. Incandescent gold, is that, yeah, 002. Let me find a little brush. Here, this one from Beauty Bay will work. And I'm just going to, I just have to. I like a nose highlight. If you hate it, wonderful for you. I love it. So I'm going to put it on and on my upper lip. And listen, y'all, we're going to try these e.l.f. lip products again. I'm not loving them. I'm really not. Okay, I said in the video that I was like, oh, I'll try these. This is the Love Triangle Lip Filler Liner. It's not the fave formula, and the, whatever this is, okay, this is the shade, see, it's so hard to see, the shade Mauve. And then this, I think, is like the Glossy Lip Stain. This is in Basic Beige. It's just not the best formula. It doesn't last well. These, I don't like the shape. And then they don't last well. The Glossy Lip, I'm not in love. It doesn't last well. In my opinion, the ColourPop Glossy Lip Stain is 500,000,000% better. But I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Did I say that this is the color, what? Basic Beige? I think I did say that, actually. This is the finished look. Foundation, I'm loving. Primer, I'm loving. Concealer, no, but I will test it out some more. Blush, I'm loving. Palette, I'm loving. Lashes, I'm loving. I always follow up these videos, though. Let me know, do you like these full face, trying new makeup type of videos? I want to hear from y'all. You hear my dog and my family coming into the room, so that means it is time for me to go. I will see y'all very soon in another video. I have lots of really exciting videos coming up, so make sure you're subscribed. Thank you for watching. Bye, y'all.